Barron Trump is back in the spotlight, but this time it's not about politics. The youngest son of Donald and Melania Trump is making waves with rumors swirling about a new girlfriend, and the internet can't get enough. Social media is buzzing with photos, guesses, and questions about the mystery girl spotted with Barron. At just 19 years old, Barron is already living life under intense scrutiny, and fans are buzzing non-stop. Is this his first public romance? Who is she? And how is the Trump family reacting? In this video, we dive deep into all the details. Get ready, because the story unfolding is grabbing everyone's attention and reactions are downright explosive. The rumor mill about Barron's love life went into overdrive in May 2025, when News Nation dropped a bombshell report. An anonymous source close to Barron at New York University revealed he has a girlfriend. This insider's portrayal of the Trump heir paints a very different picture than the public usually sees. Barron has a really great girlfriend and spends a lot of time with her, the insider shared, adding with a grin, but he's nothing like his flashy old man when it comes to dating. In other words, Barron isn't showing off or seeking attention. He seems to take after his mom, Melania, more than his dad. According to the source, Barron keeps a low profile, stays private, and isn't looking to be the center of attention. Despite standing tall at 6'7" and technically being a big man on campus, he's not trying to act like a show-off. He's not about that BOC lifestyle, they said, referring to big on campus. Plus, he's pretty apolitical and stays out of the drama. As for the mystery girl, that's still a secret. The insider didn't drop any names or hints about how they met, but that didn't stop the internet from exploding with speculation. People flooded social media with opinions, some warning her to stay far away from this family, while others expressed hope that Barron would be nothing like his dad, saying, hopefully he learned to respect women. The conversation got heated when commenters started targeting Barron himself. Though public figures can expect criticism, many feel that attacking a 19-year-old who has mostly kept a low profile is crossing the line. After all, Barron's dedication to privacy isn't new. Unlike his niece Kai Trump, who shares her life online through vlogs, Barron consistently stays out of the spotlight. Remember when he skipped the 2024 Republican National Convention? Or when he was noticeably absent from his father's military parade? Those moments sparked plenty of rumors about what's really going on behind the scenes in the Trump family. If the rumors about the girlfriend are true, it makes sense why Barron wouldn't want to drag her into the family chaos. For now, her identity remains a mystery. And no, despite wild online theories, it's almost certainly not Caitlin Clark. But that hasn't stopped people from jumping to conclusions. Some already judging her, claiming she needs therapy, while others crack nasty jokes about Donald Trump buying dates for his son. If this relationship is real, it very well could be Barron's first serious romance. Back in October 2024, Donald Trump himself hinted at this during an interview on the PBD podcast. When asked about Barron's dating life, the former president said, "I'm not sure he's there yet. I don't think he's had a girlfriend. He doesn't mind being alone, but he gets along with people." Then, just a couple months later in December 2024, an anonymous source who sounded a lot like Donald told People magazine, "He's definitely a ladies' man. He's tall, handsome, and a lot of people find him attractive. Even liberals like him, my handsome Barron." So what's next? Only time will tell if Barron ever publicly introduces his rumored girlfriend. Maybe one day they'll even make a rare appearance together at an official event. But if Barron's history is any indication, don't expect a flashy reveal or a romantic Instagram post. He seems perfectly fine keeping his personal life private. While the internet was busy obsessing over his love life, something much bigger was happening behind the scenes. How did nobody see it coming? Let's dive in. While most 19-year-olds are stressing about classes and student loans, Barron Trump might be casually checking his crypto wallets. Reportedly, he has 4. Recent reports reveal that Barron quietly earned nearly $40 million from a cryptocurrency venture started by his father, Donald Trump. In September 2024, Donald Trump introduced World Liberty Financial, a bold entry into the Web3 world. Though he admitted he was still learning the ropes, he didn't hesitate to brag about his son's crypto smarts. "Barron knows a lot about this," Trump said in a Forbes-cited interview. "He talks about his wallet. He's got 4 wallets or something." And I'm like, what's a wallet? Turns out Barron wasn't just dabbling. World Liberty Financial reportedly sold over $550 million worth of digital tokens. Of that amount, $30 million was paid up front, with the rest going to the company's owners. Trump's financial disclosure shows he owns 52.5% of the company, and another 22.5% is shared among unnamed family members. If divided evenly between Donald Jr., Eric, and Barron, each would hold about 7.5%. That means Barron's share is around $39 million before taxes, and his title is more than just honorary. He's listed as a co-founder on the company's website and was named a Web3 ambassador for the project. A partial sale of the company reportedly happened in early 2025, so his earnings might have changed since then. Either way, Barron's finances look very secure. Now a student at NYU's Stern School of Business, where tuition is nearly $99,000 a year, Barron can easily cover his expenses. Having previously attended elite private schools like St. Andrews and Oxbridge Academy, he's no stranger to high-end education or its costs. With this crypto fortune behind him, money is probably the least of his worries. But wealth isn't the only thing putting Barron in the spotlight. What happens when politics gets involved? Keep watching to find out. Once again, Barron found himself in the middle of political controversy, even though he wasn't directly involved. This time, the backlash is focused on Barron because of his father's controversial military strike on Iran, which has sparked a growing wave of calls online demanding that Barron enlist in the U.S. Army. In June 2025, President Trump ordered a surprise bombing raid on Iran's Fordow uranium enrichment facility, deploying B-2 bombers armed with powerful bunker-buster bombs. The strike, carried out without congressional approval, quickly drew sharp criticism, not only from politicians, but also from everyday Americans. Much of that anger was directed at Barron. Almost overnight, social media exploded with posts urging the president's only son with Melania to be the first to volunteer for military service. One user on X, formerly Twitter, wrote, "Don't worry, MAGA, not one Trump male will actually go fight." Another commented, "If Trump sends the U.S. into a ground war with Iran, I'm sure Barron will be enlisting since the Trump family claims to support our troops. Time to prove it." This sentiment echoed across the platform, with many arguing that if Trump is willing to put other people's kids in harm's way, his own son should set the example. Barron Trump should be the very first young American deployed in Donald Trump's war against Iran, one post read. Some took it even further. POTUS at Trump should order Barron to enlist immediately and send him off to fight Iran. Bravo. Memes and sarcastic jokes followed quickly. With the first pick of the 2025 draft, the Army selects Barron Trump from Mar-a-Lago, read one viral meme. Another user added, "There's no reason Barron is living it up in NYC with his stepdad Hank like a normal 19-year-old. He should be in boot camp right now, or sent back with his mom." Adding fuel to the fire is the long-standing controversy over Trump's own draft history. During the Vietnam War, the former president received 5 deferments, 4 for college and 1 for alleged bone spurs, though that excuse has been widely disputed. In 2019, Trump's former lawyer, Michael Cohen, testified to Congress that Trump privately admitted the injury was faked. "He told me not to answer detailed questions from reporters and just say he got a medical deferment," Cohen testified. He ended by saying, "You think I'm dumb? I wasn't going to Vietnam." Of course, it's important to note there is no legal requirement for a president's child to serve in the military. And by all accounts, Barron has kept a low profile since his father returned to office. Still, The criticism shows how deeply political and personal reactions get when war and the Trump name collide. So far, no Trump family member has served in the U.S. military, and with Barron just finishing his freshman year at NYU, it seems unlikely he'll be the first. While critics continue to call for his enlistment, another rumor is brewing. Why? Stay tuned to find out. First Lady Melania Trump is forcefully denying a viral rumor that the Trump administration's sudden crackdown on Harvard University was personal. Specifically, that it was retaliation for Harvard allegedly rejecting Barron Trump. A spokesperson for Melania Trump told People, "Barron did not apply to Harvard, and any claims that he or anyone on his behalf submitted an application are completely false." The statement was brief and direct, aiming to put an end to the rumors. Yet the internet continues to spin wild theories. At the heart of the controversy is a major move by the Trump administration to cut about $100 million in federal funding to Harvard. According to the New York Times, this came after Harvard refused to comply with several White House demands targeting programs like diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI, and international student admissions. Harvard, which has a history of clashes with conservative leaders, faced more than just financial penalties. Over the past month, the administration froze roughly $3.2 billion in grants and contracts, with the latest White House letter ordering Harvard to respond to the cancellations by June 6th. Any funding deemed vital is set to be redirected to other institutions, according to reports. Tensions escalated further on May 23rd when the administration attempted to block international students from enrolling at Harvard. This led the university to file a lawsuit, and a federal judge swiftly issued a temporary restraining order. Amid this turmoil, online speculation grew that Barron Trump had been denied admission to Harvard, fueling claims that his father's actions were personal revenge. Critics pointed to the timing and severity of the funding cuts as evidence. However, Melania's spokesperson firmly denied that Barron ever applied. For now, Barron remains a student at NYU's Stern School of Business, well away from the Ivy League drama. But the consequences of the funding battle are very real. In April, a Harvard researcher warned that monkeys involved in a tuberculosis study might have to be euthanized because of the halted funding. Lead scientist Sarah Fortune told the Boston Globe, "It's such a heavy responsibility to work with these animals and then be forced to end the study prematurely." While Harvard chose to fight back in court, Columbia University took a different route. Back in March, Columbia agreed to the administration's demands, allowing new federal oversight of its Middle East Studies Department and other programs. The White House says these policies aim to prevent anti-Semitism and discrimination against female athletes. But critics argue the measures unfairly target Palestinians and transgender students under the pretext of reform. Despite the First Lady's denial, one thing is clear. Whenever Barron Trump's name comes up, things tend to get complicated quickly. So, what other controversies has Barron been pulled into because of his father? Let's take a closer look. Trump faces backlash as petition targets his own family for deportation. As President Donald Trump intensified his tough immigration policies, focusing on undocumented immigrants and even naturalized citizens, a viral petition turned the spotlight back on his own family. The petition, titled "Deport Melania, Her Parents, and Barron in the First Round of Deportations," hosted on MoveOn.org, has already amassed nearly 3,000 signatures. The message is straightforward. If Trump's immigration rules are truly to be applied fairly, his family should face the same consequences. If President Trump is serious about targeting naturalized citizens and immigrant families, then his own family must be held to the same standard, the petition states. Its authors insist that justice must start at the top. No exceptions. The petition highlights Melania Trump's background. Born in Slovenia, she moved to the U.S. in 1996 to pursue modeling. In 2001, she received a green card through the EB-1 visa program, often called the Einstein visa, which is reserved for individuals with extraordinary ability, such as leading scientists, artists, or executives. She officially became a U.S. citizen in 2006, a year after marrying Donald Trump. Critics have long questioned whether Melania had proper legal status during her early modeling career, claims both she and the White House have consistently denied. Still, the petition uses these doubts as ammunition, arguing that if Trump's policies are cracking down on others with similar questions about their past, Melania should not be exempt. Her parents, Amalia and Viktor Knobs, also emigrated from Slovenia and became U.S. citizens through family-based immigration, a process President Trump has harshly criticized as chain migration. The irony is hard to miss. Restricting this pathway has been a cornerstone of Trump's immigration agenda, yet his in-laws benefited directly from it. The petition calls out this contradiction, stating that Melania and her family should be first in line if Trump's policies are enforced consistently. And then there's Barron. The petition refers to him as Melania's anchor baby, a derogatory term often used by anti-immigration hardliners. It argues that since Barron's maternal grandparents were born abroad, he too should be deported, applying the same harsh logic some Trump supporters use to justify strict immigration crackdowns. Public officials have expressed similar concerns. Back in 2018, Congresswoman Maxine Waters openly questioned the immigration status of Melania's parents, challenging the administration to hold the first family to the same standards it demands of everyone else. While Melania's immigration journey has been verified as legal, she's only the second First Lady born outside the U.S. and the first naturalized citizen. The petition argues that legality alone shouldn't exempt her from scrutiny if others in similar situations face harsher treatment. Though the petition carries no legal authority, it highlights the public's growing frustration with policies perceived as hypocritical or selectively enforced. With all the rumors and attacks Barron has endured, have you ever wondered where it all started? Keep watching to find out. For Barron Trump, just having the Trump last name has meant living under an intense microscope, often for reasons that have nothing to do with him. At only 19 years old, he's been hit with waves of speculation, mockery, and rumors, many completely unfounded. One of the earliest and most tasteless moments came in 2020 when comedian John Henson made a controversial Father's Day joke, saying he hoped Barron was spending the day with whoever his dad is. Henson claimed the jab was aimed at Donald Trump, not his son, but many saw it as a cruel, low blow that dragged an innocent teenager into the crossfire. Melania Trump wasn't having it. Through her chief of staff, she condemned that comment and others like it, calling them inappropriate and insensitive. Sadly, that was far from the only time Barron faced this kind of treatment. After Donald Trump faced court-ordered financial penalties, a rumor spread online claiming Barron had been expelled from school because the family could no longer afford tuition. A viral Facebook post blamed Trump's financial troubles for forcing the school's hand. PolitiFact quickly debunked the story, confirming it was completely false. But the damage was done. Once again, Barron became the target of tabloid-style headlines with no basis in truth. Perhaps the most damaging and public moment was the viral incident in 2016 involving Rosie O'Donnell. The comedian posted a video online questioning whether Barron was autistic, using selective clips from political events to suggest it. The backlash was swift. Melania Trump, protective of her son, threatened legal action against the video's creator, James Hunter. Hunter eventually apologized, saying his intention was to highlight how Barron was being bullied, but the video struck a chord. For millions, it crossed a line, speculating about a child's health without evidence or consent. Do you think Barron Trump will ever publicly confirm his rumored girlfriend? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching. We hope you found this video interesting. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Click the next video on your screen to catch up on your favorite celebrity stories. See you there.